Hi friends, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, my name is Tall Lifestyle Adam. I'm the Adam, of course. So I wanted to produce a video in terms of like my beard. I've been growing it out for the winter. I've gotten lots of compliments on it whenever I do spend a little time to put it in a certain way, to style it in a certain way. I'm going to go through a little bit more of a curly style routine because my hair does naturally have some curl, and therefore most days that's what I want to work with. Occasionally I will straighten it. I've even had someone tell me that it looks like a soldier beard whenever I have it fully straightened, but that'll be for a different day. The product that I've been using recently that I've loved the most is the Curlsmith Hold Me Softly Style Balm. I liked it so much I went ahead and got the big one. In between takes, I am going to run to the restroom real quick just because I can't film in my bathroom. It has one of those lights that whenever you turn on the light, you also get the fan. And I'm sure the fan running constantly in the background wouldn't be great for the sound quality. Either way, I do also have psoriasis in my beard. It's here as well as like the sides of my head and a few other parts of my body, but we'll focus on this area. When it comes to addressing the dryness, I don't use the oil that I use every night. It's more so every second to third night to make sure I address the dryness, and then in the morning I rinse it off. So most mornings it does look kind of like this, a little bit more on the flattened side, a little bit more dry, just because if I am not using the oil, naturally it'll get drier, especially during the winter, right? So in terms of styling the beard and getting it to re-curl up, I'm going to go ahead and use warm water. If I shower in the morning to rinse all of my products off from like the night retinols that I use, and etc. That's always a good way to fully immerse it. Today, I'm not going to hop in the shower because I feel like I have things to do immediately after this. So I'll just use the sink and completely immerse everything here to make sure that whatever curl pattern is there can be revealed. And then I'll go through how to apply the Curl Me Softly, Hold Me Softly, Hold Me Softly style balm. All right, be right back. Okay, so I am back. I just hopped into the sink really fast to use hot to lukewarm water to douse everything here. In fact, I have a little bit of a sponge to continue to scrunch. If you're looking to enhance your curl texture, do be very gentle with it whenever it's still wet, or even after that, honestly. Curly hair, in my limited experience, because when I did have hair and had it grown out, only this part was curly. It wasn't like all of it. But if you start to brush it too much, it just kind of like fans out and becomes a lot more voluminous without being defined in any way, shape, or form. That's why I do prefer the Hold Me Softly style balm, especially for something like facial hair versus head hair where you're not necessarily having to talk all day through it. I like this because it does have a lot softer of a hold. I've considered combing it through before, but I also feel as though that could potentially take away the curl structure that I'm trying to enhance and hold. After everything has been nice and softly dried, to not waste too much product on the palms of the hands, I'm really just going to try to keep everything really on the fingers, the pads of the fingers, and go from there. I will be mostly scrunching it into the beard and maybe like a little bit of curl defining. Yesterday I used this exact same product and I felt like there were some that were just like too defined. I want everything to be soft and juicy but also not have that like gel-like texture. For my entire beard of the Curlsmith Hold Me Softly, I use about this much, so I guess you could say 3, maybe even 4 pea sizes. Rub it into the entirety of the finger space, not really onto the palms. And then pressing it really onto the surface of the curls. I might even move in because I don't have my glasses on. They caused a lot of glare in previous videos you might have seen. So I'm doing this a little bit blind. I'm also not necessarily going for any sort of like family photo shoot or anything, so if this isn't a perfect beard day, it'll be alright. The only thing is I have this one little curl right here that just wants to escape into my mouth. I want to chop it off, but I realize that that'll just continue to perpetuate the problem. So I'm hoping this will grow down, and with the weight of the longer hair, won't be constantly in there. Alright, so most of this product is off the hands. There's still a little bit of residue. Of course, I wouldn't suggest that you go and like type on your Surface Pro keyboard or whatever it is, because you'll have the product all over your technology, but most of it is really into the beard, and I'm kind of pressing it in as well, hoping that not all of it will stay right there on the surface. Yesterday I had the opportunity to go through and like the gray hair right here in the front, it's a little less curl pattern, so I had to define a few of my own while it was still drying. And of course I gotta fix the shape too. I feel like this part curls out and this part curls under. So I'm gonna bring it out just a little bit. Okay, I feel pretty confident with this. I'm gonna pause this here again while I run to the bathroom and maybe add a little bit of curl here in this area so that I can show you the final while it's still wet. And then I might have to insert another picture for afterwards, after I've begun my day, etc., and everything's fully dry. Okay, friends, so this is my after going into the bathroom to kind of curl form a little bit more. I feel like I have one hanging down here. Using my Curlsmith Hold Me Softly Style Balm. I realized I didn't actually read the description on the back, so I want to do that really fast. How to feed your curls. This lightweight cream creates bouncy definition without weight or crunch. Apply after the shower, rake and smooth the product into wet or damp hair. Wrap curls around finger to reshape. Air dry or diffuse as normal. For stronger hold and definition, follow with your favorite Curlsmith styling gel. For my face, I'm pretty sure I'm never going to use a styling gel. They do have something called a styling souffle, so that might be an option. But in terms of, this section also has a little bit of gray in it. I am not sure if it'll show on camera, but I tried to get a little bit more definition here and here. I wish this part wasn't as droopy. So just like everything, everyone's hair, beard, etc. is going to have its own esoteric sort of things. You just got to zhuzh it where you need to get the shape or the curls that you're looking for. I feel like this did really well along this area in terms of it's also the same color. As I was pressing, I was able to get kind of a 360 coverage on each of the strands of hair, each of the curls. So this is going to be a really well-defined area. And then down here, a little bit less so, but there's also lots of competition. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. This is my curly beard demonstration, and I will add another photo after this, right before the final title, I suppose you could say. Thanks so much for joining me. If you haven't already, like, comment, or subscribe. If you have a favorite Curlsmith, or you know what, any brand of curl gel or souffle or really soft balm like this, drop a comment below. Let me know what it is. Maybe I'll do one of a review or a tutorial on that in the future. Again, thank you so much. Have a great day. Hey folks, as I was finishing up the filming of my last portion of what is going to be now a Curlsmith review for this beard styling, I realized that just doing one product isn't always the best idea, so I went out and got a few other products. Today, before I go to work and do whatever else I have to do, I do have the Curlsmith Curl Conditioning Oil in Cream. I'm fresh out of the shower, so you can see how my beard has a natural curl, and from here I do have a towel to scrunch in, but I wanted to show you the product when I naturally use it, not just like splashing about in the sink. When it comes to the dosing, I guess you could say, or how much I'm using, it'll be a really similar amount of the oil in cream, not the Earl. About this much for the entire beard. Granted, this is the only the second time that I've used it, so I thought that this potentially was going to be a little bit more slick and hydrating for the winter. It is still December. But using kind of an open palm with the product spread just really on the fingers, you don't so much need it on the palm. I'm really more so pressing in. It's still fairly wet, my beard. That way, hopefully there's not any sort of like product buildup. I hate it whenever I get like one curl where it's just like extremely covered in the product. So I'm kind of lifting into it as well as trying to capture the entire hair in terms of a little bit on the front, some on the back, lifting the natural texture in. I did do a little bit of a beard trim before the first installment and this one, so it won't be exactly the same shape. sometimes when I trim my beard, it's a little bit not great. So it always takes multiple revisions to get it exactly how, an even shape down here. I also realized that when it came to my mustache, the right side always flopped a little bit more, kind of like how this little curl right here is always trying to invade my mouth. And it wasn't something that I wanted to continue to have to use a wax every single day. So this is much shorter than you might see on other bearded gents or yourself. That's definitely a look. It's definitely something that you can do, but I always like to have a little bit more volume and kind of enhance the curl down here, as well as less maintenance in terms of the mustache on a daily basis. So this is after the application of the product. I might go touch up a little bit in the bathroom where there is a mirror, a little bit closer view, to make sure that any of the wild ones get wrapped into a curl. But this is the oiling cream, and then after this section, I will include maybe a photo or a very short video of after it's 100% completely dry, so that you can see how this one holds throughout the day, or it may very well be at the end of my day today. I think that's an option as well. All right, so now that everything is in, I'm gonna take off the excess water from my hands, and then again pressing up to not lose the shape of the curl, but just remove the excess water. For anyone who's doing this for their head, it might look a little bit more like, if you have long hair, if you have curly hair, I'm sure you know. All right, so that is this now, the Curlsmith Oil and Cream. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, so I am ready for my day. I got everything in terms of a few more curl definition here for the beard. Current product used is the Curlsmith Moisture Recipe Curl Conditioning Oil in Cream. This is the second of 4 products total that I'll be using for this Curlsmith beard styling sort of review combination. Everything I feel as though is mostly dry. There's a little bit of moisture still down here. I think the curls are okay in terms of like structure, definition, that sort of thing. I've never gone through and raked my fingers through. It's really more so that press and squeeze to get the product all the way around. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you very soon in our next installment. Hello, so for the oil and cream, I've worn it all day at work today. It was a cold day, but at least it wasn't so cold that I like froze, right? Either way, I'll include a picture here of right after I was styled, got dressed, etc. before work. This here and now is the after work version. Everything's still really soft. It's not oily the way that I thought that an oil and cream would feel. Everything's really soft and touchable. I'm not gonna rake my hands through it because I know that'll just like poof it out. But I love the curl definition that I do get. Yeah, it's a really nice product. The next few days I'm gonna try out the others, which are the in shower style fixer and the curl souffle. I'll show those each day, but otherwise this is 2 out of 4 products. See you soon. Hello friends, good morning. At least it is morning for me. I wanted to hop right out of the shower and show you what the results were from using the Curlsmith in shower style fixer. It's definitely a gel. It says so straight on the package. In fact, let me give you a quick description what it has on the back. How to feed your curls. Use on soaking wet hair. Take a dime-sized amount per hair section. Rub it between your hands' palms first. Slide down the length of the hair using the praying hands method. Scrunch gently upwards, then air dry or diffuse. When fully dry, scrunch again to break the cast. This on the front of it does have a 10 out of 10 rating in terms of the hold. I, upon seeing that, went to investigate for the others. The Style Balm is only a 1 out of 10. The Curl Defining Styling Soufflé, which I'll use tomorrow, is an 8 out of 10. And the Oil and Cream, which I really enjoyed yesterday, is actually not a styling product. It's deep moisture to nourish. Apply on wet hair after the shower. Divide hair into sections. Rake and smooth to ensure all strands are coated evenly. Do not rinse out. Follow with your favorite Curlsmith styling cream or gel. So that makes a lot of sense, right? I quite enjoy just having the hydration, and me being someone who is just now working with their curls, maybe that's where the learning curve is coming in. I realize that curly hair tends to be a little bit more on the dry side anyway. Um, I didn't realize that you could do the oiling cream and then something like the style fixer, etc. Either way, I don't think this is going to dry before I go to work, but I love how, at least right now, there's a lot of definition. Um, I'm curious to see how this will develop because I don't want to look like Davy Jones, you know, in whatever movie where he has the octopus sort of beard. That's not quite the look I'm going for. So, I will either post a photo here of the before work or come back with a quick video like I did yesterday for the after work. I am hoping for good results. I just hope it's not too crunchy. I hope there's not too thick of a cast because I would also hate to have like white flake fall out. But yeah, we will see how this progresses. Hey friends, so it is now the end of the day. I styled my beard this morning with the Curlsmith In Shower Style Fixer. If you can't tell, it is very defined, and this is after a day's worth of like scrunching it and trying to pinch out the product. I think one thing about it today though is that I did use a little too much product for the amount of hair that I have. I think it'd be different if it was like down to here, that sort of thing. I will say this, I've had more comments today from random strangers, shoppers at work, co-workers, etc., random people when I was visiting a restaurant afterwards than I've ever had on my beard. So when it comes to the curl definition, it certainly has increased that. I personally feel as though it's a little too much. It feels kind of heavy on the face, and that could of course be user error, which is on me. Even right now, on the back for the directions, it says wait until completely dry. When fully dry, scrunch again and break the cast. Especially like right here. And I want to say a few of these curls, again, it could be just because I use too much product. It still doesn't feel like dry. It feels kind of gummy. I'm going to chalk this one up to me using too much for the amount of hair that I do have here. But I will say this, the most positive comments that I've gotten since I've had a beard of this length. It's not a bad look. It's definitely very defined. There's no frizz really outside of where I didn't put any product. Whenever I was raking through, I didn't quite get everything. I like that this is much more apparent when it comes to the curls here. The white hairs tend to be more resistant. One of them over here, I don't know if I can locate it using this and not a mirror, but I have like one white hair that goes from like here to here. It's not curly. It's not included in any of the other items. I may try this one once more, or potentially it might hop into the final product that I got. It's the Curl Defining Styling Soufflé, also a gel, but the other one is an 8 out of 10 versus this one is a 10 out of 10. All right, so I will see you very shortly. Hi friends, so day 4, product 4 of the beard styling with Curlsmith. If I haven't told you already, I think I didn't mention it in this video yet, I do work at Ulta, so I might be taking a risk with our like social media policy in terms of we sell this. I'll have to take a look at that, but otherwise, for the grooming, for the 4 days that I've tried it out, today this is the Curlsmith Curl Defining Styling Soufflé. This is another one that requires it to be soaking wet hair. Take a dime size amount per hair section, rub it between your palms, smooth down the length of the hair using the praying hands. Scrunch gently upwards, then air dry or diffuse. When fully dry, scrunch again to break the cast to reveal soft, bouncy curls. I'm hoping that the style souffle is a little bit softer. It does have that 8 out of 10 versus the 10 out of 10 when it comes to the in-shower style fixer. I also realized that on this side, all of my curls when I got out of the shower this morning were like super defined. And on this side, it was like, so I had to kind of like go through and break these apart a little bit. Otherwise, this is while still wet using my styling souffle. I'll take another photo again, similar to all the other days, to post here in terms of after it has dried, maybe even before I crunch the cast out. If you recall from yesterday, I could not crunch out the cast. It was either A, too much product, or B, extremely strong hold, which would be indicated by the 10 out of 10. All right, I will see you soon. Alrighty, so I am all dressed for the day. This here is still a bit wet, so this isn't going to be a really accurate photo of the before scrunching. I might take a towel to do a little bit more of the scrunching before I head out. Otherwise, I'll see you soon. Hey friends, so it is the end of my day. I was using the Curl Defining Styling Soufflé today, the 8 out of 10 hold from Curlsmith. I will say again that this week, especially today, I've had so many relations, whether it be friends, coworkers, even random people like at a restaurant when I went to lunch. We're like, wow, your beard looks really good today. What are you using in it? That sort of thing. So it's definitely encouragement for me to continue to do this. If you are a curly bearded or curly haired individual, I'd love to see your photos below. Post them. I'm not even sure if YouTube allows photo like comments, but please do. Or tell me your favorite product. I would say that of the products that I've used, this is my second favorite. When it comes to how I'd like to do my beard on a daily basis, really soft, and maybe not quite as defined as this, my number one is going to be the Hold Me Softly Style Balm. I quite enjoyed it. These 4 products are not the only ones that I use in terms of hydration, shampoo, conditioner, all of that, face wash sometimes if I need to do a little bit of exfoliation, but they have been fantastic to try out. Yeah, so otherwise, this has been a good experiment, a good video. If you guys want to learn more, please leave me comments down below, whether it comes to Curlsmith or other brands. I do have a few others that I have lined up that I'd like to try for this, as well as I will do 1 or 2 looks with like more of a straight beard. It's taken me quite some time to grow this out, but I do need to trim it. So that will be an upcoming video. If you will, like, comment, subscribe. If you have notifications on, that'll help me out as well. Thank you so much, friends. I'll see you next time. Okay, friends, so I lied. I was thinking about all the products that I tried and the things that I did like about them, as well as the things that I did not. And so I wanted to try a combination of these two, the Curl Defining Styling Soufflé, as well as the Hold Me Softly Style Balm. I took about equal amounts on my fingers, rubbed it together, tried to mix as much as possible to get like a homogeneous sort of mixture. And this is after styling. I'm ready to go to work, essentially, that sort of thing. I'll try to go ahead and include a picture here in terms of what it looks like when it's drier or mostly dry, as well as a quick clip at the end. But this is the combination of my 2 favorites. Still very wet, but I'll see you soon. Okay, hi friends, for the final time for this video. In terms of Curlsmith today, this is the end of my day. I've been to work, I've had dinner, I'm pooped. But when it comes to the mixture of the styling souffle and the Hold Me Softly Style Balm, I do think outside of just using the styling balm by itself, this is a good combination. I feel like I've got good definition. Even at the beginning of my day, I didn't have any like corkscrew curls. This section I'm learning is the more difficult part of them all. But I got compliments, people like the definition, that sort of thing. So if there's ever a time where I'm looking for a little bit more definition without that crunchy sort of feel, I'm probably just going to do the styling souffle by itself. Otherwise, on a more everyday basis for general soft texture, the Style Balm is going to be my favorite. I think we all kind of knew that from the beginning going into this. I was actually speaking with a stylist who does currently work at my job, and she was like, nobody likes the in-shower style fixer. So now I know. If you are looking for hair or beard curl products, these are definitely some that I would suggest for you. Thanks so much for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Hey friends, I'm back once again. I apologize, but I actually just lied to you. While I was at work, I saw another product. Not that it wasn't there before, but I thought since this has already turned into from curly beard styling into a Curlsmith product review, that I would also include this. I want to say it's the newest one from Curlsmith. Curlsmith's Shine Recipe Fragrance-Free Shine Cream Lightweight Leave-In Conditioner. So I'm sure very similar to the oil and cream from a few days ago. I haven't used this before, but as you can see, fresh out of the shower, freshly shaved. Yeah, so I'm going to still take, let's start with the instructions actually, right? Shine for all hair types. Whatever your hair type or texture, from straight to super curly, Curlsmith's Shine Recipe will give you your hair radiance suitable for fine hair and sensitive scalp. Apply to soaking wet hair after washing, focusing on lengths and ends. Smooth through the hair using the flats of your hands to ensure that the hair using the flats of your hands to ensure strands are evenly coated. For definition and frizz control, follow with your favorite Curlsmith styler, then air dry or diffuse as normal. All right, very good. So this is very reflective. This is the before. I'll of course always try to include the after. This is the amount of product that I'm using. Always, as usual, keeping it really more so on the fingers versus the palms. And then scrunching in. Given how much product I used yesterday with the mixture of the Style Soufflé and the Style Me Softly Balm, no, as this is in, I was going to say I might need a little bit more, but this actually does feel like it's an appropriate amount. Go in on the stash. It says on the front fragrance free, and I don't think any of them were very fragrant, but it's true, it is fragrance free. I wish my neighbors would apprise me of their comings and goings so I don't film while they're slamming about in the hallway. Just kidding. Alright, so I did add just a tiny bit more here. I feel like this region, this right hand cheek area, as well as my chin, tends to have the most difficulty when it comes to forming the curl clumps. So I'm extremely randomly just going through and kind of giving everything a little spin. Hopefully getting those definition, the shine, the hydration. And of course we got to fluff out this bit because they form so consistently that this part's like, it looks like a totally different beard, doesn't it? All right, well, we will see how the Shine, let me get the name right, fragrance-free Shine Cream Lightweight Leave-In Conditioner does. I will see you very shortly. Hey friends, so this is the end of my day. I did change again, you know, necklace, all the above, but for my final product try from the Curlsmith brand, the fragrance-free Shine Cream Leave-In Conditioner, I do have some definition, which some of it did require a little bit of like fingers twirling, that sort of thing. Especially down here, my curls are very well formed anyway. It's really this section in which it needs the most love and attention and straightening out. Otherwise, I think this is a good product. I got a few compliments from random strangers at work again. In terms of my top three, I think I'm still going to go with the curl conditioner, oil and cream, as well as the Style Balm. Both very soft hold. This one's not even a styling product, it's really just a conditioner. This is a nice third. It's definitely something that I could see myself using occasionally, the Shine Cream. Otherwise, if there are any other product lines that I could use in my beard, something that you would like to see reviewed or tried on, leave me a comment down below of anything that you would like to see. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, comment, follow, subscribe, all the above, and turn on the notification bell. Thanks, folks. Have a good day.